Good morning again. I'm Chris Farnham, your coordinator of our church's UU School Partnership. The worship theme for September is kinship, and our service today focuses on our school's partnership, which is truly like an extended family for the two city schools where we tutor students one-on-one and volunteer in classrooms. We are like that favorite grandparent who has high expectations for your future, encourages you, cheers your efforts, and takes the time to listen. Some are grandparent age, but we range from teenagers on up. Anyone who has 1 hour or more a week during school days and even after school, so between 8 a.m. and 4:30. Our school's partnership is an incredible 25 years old. It was originally the 22 UU program because we started at School 22 on Zimbridge Street off Joseph Avenue, but just 3 years later, in 1991, we expanded to also help Children's School of Rochester, School 15, on Averill Street off Monroe Ave. Okay, here's your audience participation time. If you've ever been one of our volunteer tutors or classroom helpers at either school, please raise your hand and take a look around. Wow. You can put your hands down. 2 years ago, we started a weekend food program at School 22. If you've been on one of our teams at Food Link packing backpack food, or you've delivered the food, please raise your hand. Thank you. And if you are a teacher, administrator, or other staff from either school here, please raise your hand. Thank you. And who in this room has helped at a one-time or short-term project at our schools? Some people can go weekly, some can help at a one-time thing. And who has bought a bagel or a meal at our school's fundraisers at church? Thank you. Or bought something in December at our table at the Benefits Boutique upstairs? Okay, so a lot of you have touched our program in one way or another. In the past 2 years, we've had huge growth by welcoming volunteers from the wider community. We're trying to better meet the needs. Last year, we set a new record, 128 weekly tutors, half at each school. Our schools together have more than 700 students, and there are so many who need extra help. Today, we're bringing the program to you to show you what it has become and to celebrate this important work. We'd like you to feel a kinship with our program and with the needs of Rochester students. My message is that we're not just about academics. Our program is about relationships, because that's how transformation happens. Last spring, I worked with a second grader at School 22. She would read a page out loud, and then I would. When she came to a word she didn't know, she would guess and move right on. I kept slowing her down to take another look and figure out the word. Frankly, I was not sure she liked this, or me, very much. Halfway through a short book, she would usually announce that she was done. But then, when I was at the school other times to do coordinating work, I would see her in the hallway. She would say hi. She would happily tell the student next to her, "That's my guest reader." Again, it's about relationships. Students notice when we keep showing up to help and to listen and to encourage. As the School 22 principal, Clinton Bell, says, volunteers are role models and help shape students' character, which won't show up on a standardized test, but is critical to society. So why do we do this through church? Our school's partnership is part of this church's long-standing commitment to social justice. We work to transform the world in the direction of justice and to transform people by helping them see the needs of others as their own. And there are plenty of needs in the city schools. Our county has 18 school districts, segregating most poor students into city schools. Rochester has one of the worst child poverty rates and high teen pregnancy and teen birth rates. Many students here start at very low levels. Many good efforts are helping city families, but they tend to be too small to meet the full need. We don't tutor all of the students who could use help. That's why we need more. We see students make progress, but they often started out so far behind that they can't get over the bar within 1 year, and the bar keeps getting raised. We need bigger, better solutions for the root causes of students starting kindergarten so far behind. But meanwhile, we are doing much good. Volunteer Andrea Porter, she's another member of our planning committee, along with folks up here, and Dan Hollins, who's one of our ushers. Andrea's daughter's getting married today, which is why she's not here. She sent me a quote from the Dalai Lama that really speaks to Andrea. When educating minds of our youth, we must not forget to educate their hearts. Andrea does that. When she walks each student to their work area, she asks about their lives, and they brainstorm solutions to any problems. For the child who misses her dad because he has to work nights, they came up with leaving him notes on the kitchen table. With the child who had a fight at home, Andrea discussed ways to fix the conflict and avoid future battles. By the time they sit down for tutoring, the students have let go of some worries, freeing them up to focus on vocabulary, reading comprehension, and literacy games. Through this, Andrea said, many first graders moved up 5 reading levels in 1 year and were reading at the 2nd grade level. When she returns each student to their classroom, Andrea tells the teacher something great the child did in front of the class. She writes, they grin inside and out as the teacher commends them. My hope is to educate both their minds and hearts. I love that. This work that we're doing, like any relationship, is unpredictable and imperfect. We often don't know the impact we've had until years later, if ever. But we do know that these relationships can make a difference for students, teachers, and volunteers themselves. Thank you to everyone who has been or will become connected to our partner schools. Next, I'd like to welcome the principal.